What is up, all Barcelona fans and football fans? Back again with another episode of Barca News Weekly. And I don't know how long this one will be. We'll see how much. But I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible because I don't have much time. But I'm gonna talk about a couple of things today. First off, some of the results lately Barcelona and what's going on, and also a couple other results in other places, and then finish off with some transfer news. But let's start off with Barcelona this past week now and what has happened. One bad result and one much better result, should I say? It's really two drastically different performances. Against Rayo Vallecano in midweek, we were looking absolutely lifeless, uninspired, and just not good. Uh, Nothing really worked. Not the tactics, the play, the creativity. Nothing was there. We just weren't. The players were just not motivated. Um, Even though the day before Real Madrid had dropped points, they had lost their game against Girona. We still didn't take advantage of that. The players still didn't take that as a motivation to go out there and beat Rayo. Instead, um, we lost as well. We just let it slip away from us. In reality, Real Vallecano is not really like shouldn't be that much of a problem for us. Yes, they. I don't don't take anything away from them. They on their best day, they can be a decent team. They can do some strong stuff, but um, in the end, on paper, we are the stronger team. We should be able to beat them, but we still couldn't. And I don't know what that was down to. Maybe it was the motivation of players. Maybe it was some of the key stuff they were missing. Like maybe Christensen and Dembele were the missing pieces. Because when they were back in the next game now against Betis, it was way different. So maybe they were the missing pieces or something. But it just wasn't there. And those type of things need to change. And I also bring that down, mostly maybe to squad depth as well and other things like that, because the team is not handled well because we don't have good enough way to rotate and put in and utilize, and that's something that needs to be worked on in the summer. Hopefully, it can be done, and it's just it's mostly a big problem. If it keeps going like this, it shouldn't be. For a team like Barcelona, it shouldn't be. Um, Especially during a crucial time of the season like this, when we're going for the league, when we're actually trying to win the league. We're up there. We're in the league. It's in our hands, pretty much. Okay, if we were not going close to the league and this is towards the end of the, and then okay, we're just trying something different out because we have nothing to play for anyways. But now we do have, we definitely do, and it's one. Okay, I get it. There's always gonna be losses during a season, of course. Eh, not barely any team going at any losses. That's not heard of in football. You will lose some games, but when what I see it as is when we do lose some games, I will want it to be like I will understand it to be losses that make sense rather than just losses like this that don't. Because in this one, we shouldn't have lost. In a game like this, we shouldn't have, right? It's one thing to, like, fight hard in a game and then somebody just beats you to it, and you slip up, they just edge you out. I understand that. That's fine. Like, yes, it sucks that we will lose, but I would still say, okay, we tried, whatever. That's football. But when it's things like this, when the players look unmotivated, like willing to even try, when it's just like totally we just give up the game pretty much mostly and give away the result. That's the losses I don't like to see. That I don't like to see any losses, but these are the losses that are unacceptable in any way. It's not good whatsoever. You cannot say, at least with those other losses like that, we can say that we tried, at least that we did our best. But games like this, we didn't do our best, not even close. That was one of the worst games of the season. And then it's just so baffling how it can be like that, especially in such a crucial part of the season with that type of inconsistency. It's really bad. Hopefully next season we won't be seeing stuff like that, because total contrast to in going into the next game against Betis, which yes, but was affected, as I said in my match review. The game was affected by a red card for Betis, but still, totally different performance. Absolutely different in every single way. That was a totally different performance um, from the one against Rayo Vallecano. We were absolutely playing it totally differently. We were not looking. We looked way more willing. The players looked way more inspired and willing to do what they needed to do. There was way more creativity. The backline was way more solid. We had all our strongest defenders back again, ready to play. There was the strongest lineup, and maybe that was the problem. But it shouldn't be. As I said, maybe it's down to squad depth. But either way, beside the point. It looked at least way better, and we went into that game much more dominant, took control of the game, and just did what we had to do. That was Barcelona. That's the Barcelona we want to see. That's the Barcelona that needs to be playing and that needs to be showing up in every game. Even if another team edges us out, possibly sometime. Of course, as I said, there's always gonna be losses sometime. But at least if we see a performance like that, we can at least say that we gave it our all, and we did play well, and we can still hold our heads high and know that in the next game we'll be back. We had a bad day, it happens, but in the next game we keep playing like this, we'll win next game, and we'll come back up, and not have games like versus Rayo Vallecano and things like that, because that brings down the morale for the whole team, for the fans, and everyone involved. That's not good for anyone. And performances like versus Betis is so refreshing to see. It was so good to see again. The full squad back except for Roberto. Like our best lineup pretty much, and we did so good. Some of the scorers that have been tough time scoring, they were involved and scored. Lewandowski scoring again. Rafinha doing good once more. Fati being involved in a goal. He didn't score it, but he created it pretty much. A young player coming from the academy, uh, young Hulk being on playing 10 minutes and showing his talent really good. And there's some rumors now that he's gonna get a new contract for 3 years, like in a bit. But it's it's really a stark contrast of how it can be in different two games can be, and how like it's definitely a whole. You can really see the difference. You can really see the difference if you look at both those performances. How not and how to play, and hopefully we can keep going like we did in versus Betis now for the remainder of the season. For the next 6 games, we can keep playing like that. That's what I want to see all the way into the end. Even if we we possibly could already be league champions by a point, we should still um play good. Hopefully, even if we maybe by then there will be some rotations, maybe the youngsters like him can get some more chances to play. But I want us to still keep that spirit and still keep it going and end the season strong, like strong champions, strong worthy league champions in that sense. So that's the overall thing. That's what we saw this week. Two different Barcelona performances that show you the bad parts and the good parts, and that maybe should be setting up what uh, needs to be done in the summer as well, in a sense. But before we get to the now, before we get to the transfer stuff, I'm going to talk about a few other results. I believe in the Premier League, not that much has happened. There were a few ones this weekend at least. Yeah, Tottenham lost to Liverpool. City took a grasp of the league now. They're first in the league. They won their game against what was it? Against Fulham, right? They won 2-1, so they go first in the league. Arsenal are playing tomorrow versus Chelsea, and we'll see how that goes. Because in mid they messed up again last time they played. Yeah, they lost to City, in a big way, and that's where first City took the grasp of it. Um, and yeah, it's been a little bit up and down. Chelsea are in deep trouble as well. Their situation is a mess. Tottenham's as well in different ways. It's gonna be interesting to see what those clubs really do in the summer and how they go approach next season. Because it looks possible that both can maybe miss out on Champions League football. The Chelsea definitely will. Tottenham possibly still has a chance to maybe snatch a spot there, but it's debatable. Um, in other places, what can I say? It hasn't happened that much in Italy. It looks like Napoli will be or are pretty much they are pretty much crowned champions. They have done it's pretty much done now. Oh, they this weekend they got pretty much it's mathematically over. They are will be winning the Scudetto. They will be taking it home, and it's good for them. Really good for them that they for so long time they can celebrate another title. It's good to see a different team there as well, getting winning the league. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to all Napoli fans watching. Well deserved there. Um, so there's a lot of fighting now for the Champions League spots there. Milan is trying to keep one there, Inter too, and Juventus got brought back in thanks to their 15 points being added back on. But we'll see how what happens with that. And yeah, but now on to the final stuff with the transfers for Barcelona. It's looking a little bit like on and off really. It's not 100% sure yet how the summer is gonna be for us and how easy it will be for us to sign anybody because of La Liga stuff and because of Tebas and what he's doing. I cannot stand him and his rule making and all that stuff. It's really up in the air right now what will happen. But I still believe that Alemany and Laporta will handle this well, and they can get it all done in good time, and we can definitely see some signings be done in the summer. I believe we can definitely do that. I don't think they will let this go so easily. So hopefully by the summer, things will be settled and we can bring in the players we want to bring in. Not only Messi, but like all the other ones as well that we need to really bring in, and that we need to change up the team to really prepare for next season. If you want to go for European titles and all that stuff, so hopefully that can be done. But it's up in the air. It's up in the air right now. It's not fully sure, but hopefully it will be soon enough. Because Alemani said as well that it's gonna be an interesting summer, a really fun, interesting summer. He said in an interview. So we'll see what it means by that. But hopefully that he that he will keep on his word with that, and we'll get some good news come the summer. So yeah. And finally finishing this off is the contract given to our youngster, bright youngster, Yamal. He's getting a 3-year extension, I believe, as soon as he turns 16. That's the most you can give someone who has not turned 18 yet, so he cannot get a full contract yet, but he will be getting a 3-year extension. So when he turns 18, he will probably get a more full professional contract, I believe. But for now, he's getting that, and that's really, really good. He is the talent for the future, 100%. What he showed in those 10 minutes versus Betis was absolutely incredible. He's been training with the first team again today. He did that, and yesterday as well, I believe. So he's been training with them and had in preparation, so he possibly could feature or at least be on the bench. I believe he will be on tomorrow versus Osasuna. So I believe Xavi also said, like, they have said that he's gonna be, the club said that he's gonna be with the team until the end of the season with the first team. He's gonna stay and train and possibly get some more minutes. So that's good news for him. That's good to see. Hopefully, as I said, hopefully we wrap up the season as soon as possible, and they can get more chances maybe from the start as well towards the end. So yeah, so that's pretty much that, and that's gonna do it for this episode. It's a little bit shorter one for that, but at least it's not, I got most of the information out. There's not too much to talk about more than that. Hopefully now this week we'll get some more information and stuff on some things. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get a good result again if we play the same way we did against Betis. And yeah, that's gonna do it. So there will hopefully be some more extra news, because there won't be a game in the weekend though, because there's some other things going on, as I said before. And so the next league game will be the week after, the next weekend, the week after, so against Espanyol. So there will only be this game tomorrow, and possibly be some other news I can talk about then. That's something that happens after. So we'll see what the next news will be about, but yeah, we'll take that as it comes. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this, leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you're not done already, and ring that notification button to get notified next time I upload, which will possibly be tomorrow. If I have to get the time, maybe we'll do a lineup reaction or also a post-match reaction if I get the time. Otherwise, I'll see you in the weekend with another episode of Barça News Weekly. So yeah, until then, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Peace, Barça.